Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to analyze the Hindu newspaper for 2nd July 2020. आप सभी का स्वागत है अर्पिता शर्मा क्लासेस में। मैं हूं अर्पिता शर्मा, आप सभी की एजुकेटर, और आज हम 2020 2nd जुलाई का हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एनालाइज करने जा रहे हैं। ऑल्सो वी आर गोइंग टू understand some three very important prelims related facts, but that will be at the end of the class. तीन बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट प्रीलिम्स रिलेटेड इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स आए हैं जो कि हम क्लास के एंड में पढ़ेंगे, राइट? क्लियर? सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द क्लासेस। शुरू करते हैं। एंड ऑल्सो हियर इज अ स्मॉल अनाउंसमेंट दैट यूपीएससी इज अनप्रिडिक्टेबल, सो यू हैव टू कैरी ऑन विद योर प्रीलिम्स प्रिपरेशन, ठीक है? However, the former UPSC chairman Vijay Singh sir, he said that already the papers have been set, but again UPSC is unpredictable. We don't know that for October 2020 October exam attempt के लिए they can also reset the paper. So you have to prepare accordingly, right? Keep on noting down the important current affairs related facts, because even if prelims paper has been set, you have to prepare for mains anyways, right? आपको mains के लिए तो prepare करना ही पड़ेगा, so you cannot stop your current affairs preparation. Okay, so let's start with the important updates. Also, here's a small announcement. I'm going to take Unacademy Plus live classes, and you can get 10% discount on your subscription. 10% डिस्काउंट कैसे मिलेगा? कोड शर्मा 20 यूज करके। यू कैन यूज दिस कोड शर्मा 20 टू गेट 10% डिस्काउंट ऑन योर Unacademy Plus subscription. Now here's a small announcement. I am taking free Unacademy Plus special class tomorrow on climatology. Class 11th NCERT chapter 4 we are going to cover, right? And this class is going to be important. abhi tak so far we have completed chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and they were very normal chapters, very easy chapters, right? But from chapter 4 the main prelims perspective content is starting. तो chapter 4 से mains जो prelims perspective prelims relevant content है वो शुरू हो रहा है. So what you have to do is you have to register to this free special class. Link is given below in the description box. Also another class will be from 10 to 11 in the morning, natural vegetation and soil chapter 5 and 6. So total we are going to cover from chapter 4 to chapter 6. Total हम 3 chapters cover करने वाले हैं. First class will be from 8 AM to 9 AM in the morning. Second class will be from 10 AM to 11 AM. And these two classes are free of cost. So you have to do, what you have to do is you have to register yourself for free. Link is given below in the description box. ठीक है? Description box में इसका link भी दिया हुआ है. Now let's start with the class. The first news, Modi quits Chinese social media site. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has initiated the process of exiting the Weibo following the union government's decision to ban 59 Chinese apps. So here you have to understand what is Weibo diplomacy. This is the end to the Mr. Modi's Weibo diplomacy which started in 2015. ये Weibo diplomacy जब चाइना विजिट किया था हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने तब शुरू किया था. What is Weibo diplomacy? It is a part of electronic diplomacy, right? Using electronic mediums to reach out to other countries, right? It was launched with fanfare in 2015 as a means to directly communicate with people of China before his first visit there as Prime Minister. So it is important for international relations as well as your optional paper PSIR. So Sina Weibo is a Chinese microblogging website. It was launched by Sina Corporation in 2009 and it is one of the biggest social media platforms in China. क्लियर? सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर जीएस पेपर 2. आपके जीएस पेपर 2 के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. दिस इज द एडिटोरियल विच वी आर गोइंग टू कवर. ये आपका एडिटोरियल है जो आज हम कवर कर रहे हैं ऑन पुलिस रिफॉर्म. एडिटोरियल नंबर 1. It is related to GS paper 2, police violence in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu. Here in this article, two problems have been raised. First is the problem of police violence. Second is the need for police reforms. Now there have been two judicial measures which were taken in the past to propagate the police reforms, to spread the police reforms or to initiate the police reforms. First case was the Joginder Kumar versus State of UP and DK Basu versus State of West Bengal, wherein the Supreme Court curbed the power of arrest. इस केस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या किया था? पुलिस की जो पावर है लोगों को अरेस्ट करने की उसको कर्ब कर दिया था, रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया था. That means now people will be made aware. Write it down. People would be informed of the reasons of their arrest. अगर किसी को पुलिस अरेस्ट करती है तो उनको रीजन देना पड़ेगा कि ये रीजन है जिसके कारणवश आपको अरेस्ट किया जा रहा है, राइट? सो रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग द पावर ऑफ अरेस्ट प्लस टू rights were also highlighted by Supreme Court, right to life and right to know. These were the two rights which were highlighted by Supreme Court. ठीक है, right to life और right to know. Now, the case number 2 was Prakash Singh versus Union of India. Now, under this case, Supreme Court established the grievance redress mechanism. If the citizens are not happy with the way the police is working, there will be a grievance redress mechanism as well. Okay, so this was the mechanism. ये mechanism जो establish किया था Supreme Court ने. Now, what are the concerns which have been highlighted in this particular editorial? First concern is of custodial deaths. Despite several existing guidelines and laws, there are reports suggesting that across India there are as many as 5 custodial deaths a day. Custodial means in custody death जो होती है लोगों की कम से कम 5 होती है daily. This may point towards culture of impunity among the state actors. Right, now what is impunity? It means in Hindi we can say सजा से मुक्ति या सजा से छूट, दंड ना मिलना, दंडाभाव. Right, that is freedom from punishment. Second important concern is lack of implementation. Now the courts have also passed certain reforms, certain measures, but again they are not being implemented. इनको implement कौन करता है? कोई भी नहीं, right? Then systematic failure. The practice of remanding accused persons to further custody, both the police and judicial, has become the norm instead of being an exception. So in the system we have improper functioning, right? Overworked magistrates struggling with ever increasing number of cases. So there is a system failure right now. Lack of police reforms. The issue of police reforms ranks very low in the scheme of things for the government, right? So not appropriate police reforms are also the reason why the author has said that there are concerns in the country regarding the policing, right? Now, what is the conclusion in that case? Better implementation is the first conclusion. Rather than limiting itself to passing more guidelines, constitutional courts must seriously contend with the concrete cases that come their way and take a hard stand. Also, passing compensation claims or ensuring timely prosecutions, right? Reducing the number of cases, solving them, by increasing the staff. The strengthening the magistrate, the constitutional courts could reorient their guidelines to try and change the practice of magistrates. Ordinary magistrate is the judicial actor who wields the real power, who has the real power to realize a substantial change in police practices. And it is the local magistrate before whom all the arrested and detained persons must be produced within 24 hours. Right? Clear? नेक्स्ट एडिटोरियल रिलेटेड टू इकोनॉमी ओनली. ये जो दूसरा एडिटोरियल है इकोनॉमी से ही रिलेटेड है. द ऑथर हियर एनालाइजेस इम्पेंडिंग रिफॉर्म मेजर्स अंडर कंसिडरेशन इन द डिजिटल सर्विसेज सेक्टर इन इंडिया. दैट इज रिफॉर्मेशन इन द इंडियाज डिजिटल पॉलिसी. नाउ हियर pandemic crisis. COVID-19 pandemic resulted in drastic drops in economic growth. As we all know, in the last 3 months we have witnessed this. Last 3 महीने में हमने ये witness तो जरूर किया है कि जो COVID-19 आपका पैंडेमिक महामारी जो फैली है उसके चलते जो इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ है वो हमारी स्टैग्नेंट हो गई है और एक तरीके से नीचे ही डाउनफॉल ही हुआ है. फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट इज ऑल्सो फॉलिंग. This is the background. But in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, in the midst of all this downfall in the economic growth, investments in digital services continue to flow at record levels globally. It had outpaced investment in nearly every other sector. Right? So that means the digital services are important. ये important है. Right? Recent experience during pandemic has shown that digital services are filling gaps left by traditional modes of commerce during global crisis. For example, the Amazon. For example, the online e-platforms. Right? जो ऑडियो बुक्स होती हैं आपकी. राइट तो ये सारी डिजिटल सर्विसेज में जो भी गैप रहा है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में और इकोनॉमी में कॉमर्स में वो सब भरा है इस पैंडेमिक के दौरान. डिजिटल सर्विस इनेबल एक्सेस टू एंड डिलीवरी ऑफ वाइड एरे ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स. Right? India is an ideal destination for increased foreign direct investment flows in the digital service sector. Why? Because of the huge and increasingly digitized population and potential for innovative startups as well. As you must have seen that in the mask making sector, mask making industries, startups are coming up. नए different startups in Ayurveda are coming up. right? Currently, there are 3 pending reform measures under consideration that are likely to affect India's growth trajectory. That is Personal Data Protection Bill, the E-commerce Policy and Information Technology Act Amendment. Once these bills, these acts are amended properly and passed properly, then the digital service will get a very positive impetus. The policy would have to delicately balance the following aspects: protecting domestic market, protecting domestic companies, encouraging FDI, prioritizing government access to data, promoting data privacy, and it should promote innovation through increased competition, and it should create environment that is startup friendly, right? इतना समझ आ गया सबको? Now the next important news is food grain scheme meets less than 15% of targets. This is important for prelims and mains GS paper 3. This data has been provided by, जो data provide किया गया है, data provide किया है food ministry ने. It has been provided by the food ministry. Okay. Now the data says that the scheme to provide free rations to 8 crore migrants under Atmanirbhar package, it has reached less than 15% of its target beneficiaries. जो हमारे 8 करोड़ माइग्रेंट्स के लिए स्कीम लॉन्च की गई थी, आत्मनिर्भर पैकेज लॉन्च किया गया था, राइट, 2 महीने पहले, उसके तहत 15% से भी कम लोगों तक ये बेनिफिट्स पहुंचे हैं. ओवरऑल फूड ग्रेन्स वर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड टू ओनली 15% ऑफ द एस्टिमेटेड 8 करोड़. सो यू कैन सी ओवर हियर द ह्यूज गैप बिटवीन सेइंग एंड एग्जीक्यूटिंग. यहाँ अपनी कंट्री में आप देख सकते हो, जो आप बात कहते हो और जो इम्प्लीमेंट करते हो उसके बीच में अभी एक बहुत बड़ा गैप है, राइट? आंध्र प्रदेश, गोवा एंड तेलंगाना 0% डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, 7 states less than 1% distribution. So it is not a good condition in our country right now. Okay. Next important news is ministry reconstitutes Central Zoo Authority. Very important, बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है ये. It is important from the perspective of GS paper 3. Environment Ministry has reconstituted Central Zoo Authority. Now here every zoo in country must obtain recognition from Central Zoo Authority for its operation. Central Zoo Authority is a statutory body which is chaired by the Environment Minister. It has the task of regulating 2 zoos right across the country. हमारी कंट्री में जितने भी zoos हैं उनको कौन रेगुलेट करेगा? Central Zoo Authority. Authority lays guidelines and prescribes the rules under which animals may be transferred among zoos nationally and even internationally. So all the power will reside with this authority. What is the composition of this authority? Chairman will be there, 10 members, member secretary will be there, right? So this is the composition. Remember this for prelims. Next important news, more private trains soon on tracks. The railway kick-started the process to allow private players to operate certain trains on its network by inviting requests for qualifications for operation of passenger train service on over 100 routes with 150 modern trains. This is the first initiative for private investment in running passenger trains over railways network, and it is expected to bring about 30,000 crore of investment. The Delhi Lucknow Tejas is the first train that is not operated by Indian Railways, right? This is very important point for prelims and your GS paper 3 economy mains के लिए बहुत important है ये. ठीक है, प्राइवेटाइजेशन धीरे धीरे रेलवेज में लाया जा रहा है. स्लोली ग्रेजुअली प्राइवेटाइजेशन इज बीइंग इट इज एंटरिंग द रेलवे सेक्टर. क्लियर? Now what is the objective of this initiative? To introduce modern technology rolling stock with reduced maintenance, reduce transit time, boost job creation, provide enhanced safety, provide world-class travel experience and reduce demand-supply deficit in the passenger transportation sector. Now these are important prelims related facts. As I told you, 2 more species added to India's list of butterflies. This is very important from prelims perspective. ये prelims के perspective से काफी important है. The Lepidopterist in Arunachal Pradesh have added 2 species. ये याद रखना, butterflies के लिए जो study करते हैं वो कौन होते हैं, right? The 2 species are striped hairstreak and elusive prince. Striped hairstreak was first recorded by Japanese entomologist. Elusive prince has a Vietnamese connection and it is located on the periphery of Namdapha National Park. Now Namdapha National Park हमने बहुत बार पढ़ा है, आपको याद करना है इसका लोकेशन कहाँ सिचुएटेड है ये. ठीक है. Next important prelims related fact, special protection group. As you all know, गांधी परिवार से एसपीजी का जो कवरेज है वो वापस ले लिया गया है, राइट। सो द स्पेशल प्रोटेक्शन ग्रुप बिल 2019 वाज आल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन लोक सभा by the Minister of Home Affairs. The bill amends SPG Act 1988 and the act provides for constitution and regulation of SPG to provide security to Prime Minister, former Prime Ministers and their immediate family members. This is very important. Last but not the least, Hunter report protest in country. Legislative Council of Government of India constituted Hunter Commission to examine the massacre in 1919 Jallianwala Bagh case. The committee was led by Lord William Hunter. In this report, majority of members concluded that General Dyer firing at the mob was justified. That is why in the country there was protest all over in the country. Right? इस particular report ने कहा था कि General Dyer ने जो किया वो justified था. Right? बस उन्होंने डांट लगा दी थोड़ी सी General Dyer को और कुछ भी नहीं किया. Right? Martial law declared in Punjab was justified. So there was a protest countrywide, nationwide protest हुआ था उस time पर इससे related. So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's class. If you really enjoyed it, do not forget to share the video, subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.